So you guys think that we buy things very expensive things. That is what oftentimes the students think of us. But we know as instructors that we get paid like instructors. So we have our cheapnesses too. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel RVCCIS.Info, where faculty representatives from Rock Valley College's Computers and Information Systems talk to you about things, roughly speaking, having to do with computers. Today, we are joined by our newly filled out, I don't know, English no talky good today, filled out slate of instructors. Joining me today are Stephanie Washer, Jim Conley, and myself, Eric Wolf. And today we're going to talk about our most regrettable purchases. We are going to call it was the worst of buys, which lets you know there will be it was the best of buys too here. So we all of us have a couple of strong feelings about some of the shit purchases that we have made. So whoever wants to take us out, go for it.
How swearing makes Jim laugh. Oh, I can start. I'm going to complain about my Surface Go that I hate. I absolutely hate it. Yeah, I actually had to RMA it, and it came back, and I forgot how crappy it was. I mean, it was fine before. I had it working really well till it blue screened and stopped working. But what they did was it was awesome. I had a year warranty. It's just the small Surface. That's all it is. And I had a year warranty, and all they did was just send me a new one.
Which is pretty great.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty good. But now that I'm working on it, I'm trying to get rid of Windows 10S.
Right.
And it's not going well. So
really?
Yes. That's why I'm so mad. That's why
I literally this morning almost bought a cheapo laptop because it said one click to get rid of Windows 10S.
Yes, it is one click.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a big but there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know how, okay, let's see. Let me liken this to, when you restart your computer and you want to go back to your...
Oh, yeah. All right.
It's kind of like that, where you click it and you hope it works.
Got it. Ooh,
kind of like a restore point?
Restore point, thank you. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to make the restore point. Or previous, what else is the other one? Anyway. Yeah, the thing I tell students, yeah, that hardly ever works.
Yeah. And for those of you who have seen a couple of episodes, you'll know that Stephanie's Surface Go was a good purchase at the beginning of summer. So how far that one has fallen.
Well, I think what happened was it was right after that episode that it took a crap.
I have two
Ooh.
purchases that I regret. One is computer related and one is coffee related.
Okay.
Oh, well, I like this.
That's what we're here for.
Okay. So I bought a Mr. Coffee from Bed Bath & Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a wonderful, I don't know, $10 off coupon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
One of those things. And Mr. Coffee was on sale. So I got the stupid thing for like $19. I mean, it was ridiculous. $19, $20. And 3 months later, I come downstairs. You can both relate to this, even though, Stephanie, I know you're kind of off the coffee. The first thing I want is a cup of coffee.
Absolutely.
And I fill it up and I go to turn it on. Nothing. I shake it. Nothing. I pound it against the wall. Nothing. That's one of the ones I regret.
Those are daggers, aren't they?
It was like a stab in the heart.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. My other one is an HP laptop that I bought. This is actually, it's a boat anchor in my office right now, sitting on top of my file cabinet. And that thing, after about 8 or 9 months, just decided to heat up and just blue screen of death.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think I actually had it repaired because I was so mad because it was kind of pricey.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it fixed. And then like 6 months later, it
did it again?
Broke again. Yeah.
I can't buy another HP. I think I had it in grad school. That's how bad the experience was. It was like near constantly hardware would just go bad. So, I mean, like HP actually at the time was pretty good about letting me send it back, but this was before like Amazon Prime and all that stuff, where it was not a huge pain in the ass to send stuff back, and it was a huge pain even on a campus where like we have a UPS drop zone on campus. It was still a pain in the butt, and I bet you over a year I did it 7 or 8 times. Yeah.
Oh
And
my God.
it managed to go to like a 1 year and 2 months or something, and it did it again. I was like, no, I'm done. So garbage.
I know.
I can't buy another one now. All these years later, I'll look at a good price on a laptop. I'm like, well, but that's a good price. And then I'll go look at who made, nope, HP. Nah, not
I know.
interested.
Yeah.
I know. Yep.
The coffee broke my heart. That whole story is weighing heavily on my psyche now.
Well,
It was just so. Cindy came down and she was like, "What is the matter with you?" And I was just bereft. I mean, it was like the end of the world.
Yeah.
That you could make coffee.
Yep. I lost, like it was a puppy or something. But I had a coffee maker do that. And I am in a bad way with caffeine, so that if I don't have coffee, I get a headache and I'm grumpy. And it was like right after Barrett was born. So I was going on like 6 days or 6 hours of sleep in 6 days or something. And my damn coffee maker died. And I actually bought 2, one as a backup just in case it ever happened again, and then a real coffee maker, because like I very nearly murdered everybody in the county. It was terrible. So
redundant systems. I love it. Redundant coffee systems.
we can't have this again. I'm buying 2. So
I love it.
Hey, that's what I do.
Forget a backup generator for power. Just have 2 coffee makers.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the important stuff. Like heating the place, not so big a deal, but keeping me in coffee, much bigger deal.
That's great.
So if I'm going to regret a purchase, I am also a Microsoft regretter. I really like the way Microsoft hardware looks and feels. They've actually done a really good job of making it almost Apple-esque. So for those of you who are throwing up in your mouths right now, yes, I like the Apple stuff better. Just deal with it. But
we just roll our eyes.
I know, it's okay. It's fine. When I worked in tech support, I loved Dell because I knew I always had a job, because that stuff was bound to break again. But I have a Surface Pro. Now it's older, but it's a Surface Pro 4. And that thing had, right from the get-go, an issue where a ribbon cable was coming out from in between the display and the case. And I actually drove from Rock Valley to Chicago one night. It was before the boy was born, so I didn't feel like I was wasting anybody's time but mine, to go to a Microsoft store. And they actually told me it was a normal manufacturing whatever. So you're on your own. And it's a sharp ribbon right where I always put my thumb. So I would keep getting poked by this dang thing. And then, not learning my lesson like an idiot, years later, I bought a Surface Book, thinking I could go walk around a classroom and help students with code and stuff like that. And it would be this really great big thing with actually this pencil, digitizer pencil I could use.
I don't like that pencil. I like the other pencil.
I do like the other ones a little better, but it was on my desk for some reason, so I can point at things this way. And that one, despite being completely and totally babied, the battery on the display portion, I don't believe ever made it all the way through a class. And it just never lived up to it was an expensive purchase too, like $1,500.
That's what mine was.
Never lived up to that. Yep. And now is way slower than something that's 5 years it's 5 years old now. All right, it's way slower than I feel like it should be at its age.
I'm sorry, my Surface Book is better. It's the Surface Go I'm like mad at.
Well, you guys spec'd yours up, right? Because I think all of us have Surface Books.
Yeah, I have 16 gig on mine.
Right?
I do too. Yeah, Surface Pro.
Mine's got the lowly 8 and some. Honestly, I knew it at the time, but I just didn't think it through. It had a dual core, kind of a garbage processor. It was really like we're trying to make it inexpensive, and I am not that kind of user, so I shouldn't have bought the thing.
Yeah.
I tried to cheap out, and I did buy refurbed. It's been
I'll
fine.
buy refurbished stuff. All of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, Jim, was yours refurbed too?
It was. Yeah, you turned me on to that, Stephanie. So I
Mm.
got it through Amazon, and it's,
Mhm.
knock on wood, it's been great. So
I feel like I can't talk about this stuff because then tomorrow
Because
it
it's
will
listening. Yeah.
I'm afraid.
I actually
Exactly.
use mine. I don't really. I have a anyway. It's a different episode, but I have a dock that I stick it into Belvedere, and I don't even open it up anymore.
There you go. Oh, I thought of another thing. I had super good luck one morning. Target was having, the Black Friday sales last week, and I got a 65-inch TCL TV for $220.
Oh my god!
What?
And it's fantastic. The problem
Wait.
is
65-inch?
65-inch. So I bought my folks the same TV a year or two ago. And I think it's the same one Steph bought. Only this one
And I all Samsung.
Are they Samsung? You're smarter than me, maybe then.
Well, my husband maybe is smarter than us.
It's smarter, maybe. I don't know. I bought a TCL one for my folks with a Roku on it, and it's great. And this one has Android TV or Android OS on it or whatever, but it doesn't really matter because I just will plug it into my Apple streaming box anyway. But it is so big, it will not use the same wall mount I have, so I have to buy furniture for this TV. But it's still a wonderful television. It's massive. But I kind of regret buying it. I'm never going to return it, though. It's going to end up right back here behind me with these other TVs. I'm going to have a wall of TVs back here.
Use it as a monitor.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say it's an expensive monitor, but for $260, that's really not that bad of a monitor.
It was $242 after taxes. It was fantastic.
Unbelievable.
Dr. Spearman hit me up he's looking for a PS5 for his kid. He's trying to be super dad, he said. And he's like, can you hook me up? And I'm like, I can make you a gaming computer, but really the guy with all the deals is Eric.
Yeah, just check our Twitter feed. There are more than enough deals rocking in there now. So, which is as good a segue as any for follow us on social media to find hopefully better deals than we were trapped into. You can follow us both on Facebook, Twitter, Anchor FM, actually, anchor.fm. And here on YouTube, we are RVCCIS.Info. Speaking of things you can do with RVCCIS.Info while you're here, if you liked our silly diatribe about wasting our very own hard-earned cash, you can go ahead below and let us know if there are any regrettable purchases that you have made. While you're down there, you can hit like and subscribe if you like the content that you have here, and also hit that bell to be notified of new content as it becomes available. Today was the first of our two. It was the best of buys. It was the worst of buys. So the best ones, we tend to be, it's 2020. We start with a negative here, I think. So next week, you can catch part 2. It was the best of buys. So on behalf of Stephanie Washer, Jim Conley, myself, Eric Wolf, Chuck Conkle not seen here, and the rest of the Rock Valley College community, stay safe and stay sane out there, everybody, and maybe stay away from Microsoft products.
Not totally.
No, totally.
No,
no, Eric.
All of them.
No, no.
Mac,
That's not what I was
Mac
saying.
stuff. It's good. It's fine.